I'd like to comment, on what you just said. I have to say that I have never asked anybody to be Team Towanda.
No, I'm not.
No, I just have to say that because I've never asked, what about Wanda's feelings? Because I feel no one ever cared about my feelings.
Hey family, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be talking about Towanda, honey. Towanda is a hypocritical liar, in my opinion. And we're going to expose some more things today because, we're on this exposure thing when it comes to the Braxtons. Towanda had a whole lot to say about Tamar and how, she wanted to get her locked up because Tamar was violent and all those things. But I want you all to take a look at this old clip. Before we get into this old clip, I want to say thank you to a couple of my subscribers who brought this to my attention and reminded me of some of the things that have happened. And this is the reason why it's important that we talk in the chat, or should I say in the comments, right? We might be doing a live sometime soon, so make sure you got those notifications on, okay? But this is the reason why us talking, communicating down in the comments really helps me with the channel, because some things I miss, some things the producers, don't want put out there. And you all know some things, that you can share with me that I can shine a spotlight on. So thank you all so much for participating. Thank you for joining the channel and helping our community grow. Okay, this is our community. Thank you so much. Now, let's get on with this clip, and I'm going to show you, just who we've been dealing with. And I'm sure most of you know by now, but let's get on with the clip. And don't forget, go in those comments, okay, and tell me what you think about everything. And we can agree or we can agree to disagree. Okay.
I'm eating my feelings.
That's what
I didn't like yesterday. I didn't like what we did last night.
And that's not we.
It's we.
Lies.
It's we.
I don't want to talk about it at all.
I want to talk about it because I got to pass it.
Now, here Toni goes, stirring the pot, always asking the questions, always bringing up the problem, and then she gonna run her ass away. Toni has been stirring the pot.
When Toni was like, I don't like what we did last night. No, it wasn't we, because I felt like Towanda insulted me and my Tamartian friends.
So let me ask y'all a question. Do you feel like Tamar does not have a right to feel how she feels, knowing that Towanda is always throwing digs at her? She was doing it then, and she's doing it now. And so she gets upset, though, when Tamar calls her out, just like the rest of them.
Why would you make the statement that he's not talking about y'all?
I'm not going to fall into your trap.
That's not a trap. That's a trap. No, it's not a trap. That's not a trap.
So you see again, Tamar is trying to walk away, or should I say not address the situation, because she does not want it to go any further. If you go back and look, this happens a lot. This has happened a lot, but they just won't leave her alone. And then when she reacts and, she starts saying little slick things out of her mouth because they don't like the way she talks to them or address them. And she starts to call out things, they want to make it seem like she's crazy, she's angry, she's the problem. But these sisters have been doing this to Tamar. It's like you in a family and everybody is teasing a younger child and then telling the child that you just be whining and complaining and crying about everything. That's what it seems like to me. But these sisters are upset because this season, all of this is being exposed. Now, remember, Tamar did an interview and she talked about how she refused to come back to the show. And one of the reasons was because of a certain producer that they had on that show that was not showing everything. And now that producer is gone from the show. So she decided to come back. She thought she was going to be able to work this out with her sisters. But no, she hasn't been able to. They are still on the same bull stuff. And I think Tamar should just walk away and love them from a distance.
Why would you even make that statement?
You felt guilty because you know how you've been acting. Here you go. I beat you.
I love you all, but I gotta go. I cannot take this energy with me on stage. I'm out.
When the guy made the comment talking about Tamar, how does he know?
He wasn't defending me. He was defending
no.
himself.
Let me finish. No, my thing is this: who is this dude saying that he's known Tamar for a long time and he knows that she hasn't changed? How do you know? You know her?
Towanda, you just.
So here's the problem. Toni, yet again, opened up the conversation. Toni has been doing this forever. Toni is the one who opens up these conversations, and then when it get heated, her ass walk away. I'm starting to believe that production has told Toni, I'm gonna need you to ask the questions to your sister. I'm gonna need you to get the conversation started. Hell, they might as well said, you know what, Toni, we're gonna need you to start some shit. So that's going to be your role. You're going to be the shit starter, and then you can walk away when you light the fire, okay, and the house is burning down. Girl, you can go ahead and walk out the door while everybody inside the house burned to the ground with the house. Toni has been doing this shit from the very beginning, but because she's Toni Braxton, okay, everybody has been blinded to it because she plays like she does not want to be in no confusion. I just can't deal with this. I gotta leave. I gotta show. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. But let's talk about what the problem is and what Tamar said. If someone says something positive about you and then your sister or family member makes it seem like that what they are saying is not the truth, if somebody says something nice and they made it seem like that's not true, you ain't nice, honey, ain't nothing good about what this person said, it's a lie, you would have a problem with it too. And Towanda just cannot and will not let Tamar, and I shouldn't say won't, she didn't want to let Tamar be great. She didn't want Tamar to get her shine.
Thought of that.
Ma'am, sir, I did not just think about that. I'm just telling you how I feel.
You can't keep walking away.
You can't just walk away all the time.
Now let me stop this right here. They have a problem with Tamar walking away. She's always tried to walk away to diffuse the situation, but they have a problem with Tamar when she stays. Think about 7 years ago, Trina called her crazy, said something about that's crazy. And the dad says, she's not calling you crazy. She's saying the situation is crazy. Girl, if I'm talking about something and you talking about me in a situation, yeah, you are calling me crazy indirectly. See, this is what they've been doing. 7 years prior, they had been calling Tamar crazy. Fast forward to now. Now they're talking about her mental health. You see how this has been playing out all along? And now they're being exposed. Towanda is upset and she gets furious that she is not able to continue to make Tamar look like she is the person with the problem. And watch what she does. Because the fact that she wanted to make it seem like Tamar is so violent because she smacked the glass. But let me fast forward to this and get to the part where Towanda goes the hell off. And the reason why Towanda gets upset is because Tamar took her energy away from her and walked away. Trina also wanted Tamar to stay so that she can continue to be badgered, okay, and made to look like she's the person with the problem. But watch how Towanda reacts to this, right? Let's watch.
I'd like to comment, Trina, on what you just said. I have to say that I have never asked anybody to be Team Towanda.
No, I'm not.
No, I just have to say that because I've never asked, what about Wanda's feelings? Because I feel no one ever cared about my feelings. Nobody ever cared about Wanda's feelings. We can't do it with the table. On the table, though. Get up from the table. Nobody cares.
No, baby, you can't do that now.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't do that.
Move!
Let's stop it there. Let's talk about what happened with Tamar, right? When Towanda and Tamar got into it recently, Tamar smacked the glass that was by Towanda. The glass did not break. It fell over and the water flew out of it. But according to Towanda, she said Tamar threw the glass at her threw the water on her, which wasn't true. Towanda took and smacked several glasses. They broke and the glass shattered towards the father and the mother. And Miss E said, no, baby, you can't do that. And she said, yes, I can. Yes, I can. But they want to talk about Tamar and her disrespect and talk about Tamar and her outburst and Tamar, all the things, excuse me, y'all, all the things that Tamar has done. And Towanda and the rest of these girls have also had outbursts. But what they learned to do that Tamar did not learn to do was they learned to pretend and fake and be phony on screen. And Tamar is still showing us her. She's showing us her authentic self. Tamar is emotional. Her emotions have come out. And she lets everybody see it. And this is the problem that people have been having with Tamar, because most people don't like the truth. Most people like to point the blame at the other person when the person calls them out. And this is exactly what these sisters have been doing. So I just wonder, how many years have they been calling Tamar crazy and saying Tamar been acting crazy, or saying the situation was crazy when it came to Tamar? How many years have they said this to Tamar, right? When Tamar was young, the whole time she been growing up, probably. Every time she would do something, she's spoiled, she's the youngest, she get away with this, she get away with that. Because these girls don't like hearing the truth. And we know that they lie and they hide things according to what we've been singing anyway, right? How many times have she had to deal with this gaslighting, manipulation, flipping the script, doing Jedi mind tricks? How many times before eventually Tamar started to believe some of that herself, and then she did lose it? Because don't forget, Tamar tried to off herself. Y'all remember that? She tried to get rid of herself because of all the emotional stress that she has been dealing with and what has happened to her. But these sisters here are still blaming Tamar. And all Trina wants to do is cry and want somebody to feel sorry for her. Every time some shit go down, Trina busts out with the tears, honey. Trina, are those white woman tears? I just want to know, girl, because you do the same thing, honey, that people like to blame, the white woman for doing. Always crying. You run your mouth and then you want to cry and shed tears so you can get sympathy. See, they didn't want Tamar to walk away because they know they needed Tamar. They need her now and they needed her then. And what I wish for Tamar, in my opinion, I just think sometimes some of you even listen. Sometimes you got to walk away from family. Sometimes you got to close that door, move on with your life and say, you know what? I'm going to love you from a distance. You're going to always be my family member, but you need to stay your ass over there. That's what you need to do. Now, I just wanted to come and show this because a couple of my, new family members. That's what I call you all over here. This is our community over here that we're building over here. And so I just want to say that, thank you for sending me this information and reminding me so that I could come and find it. You put it in the comments so that I can come and find it so that I can show the audience. Now, since you saw that clip, what do you think about this? Both situations was bad, but Tawanda's was worse. So Towanda, should your daddy and mama had called the police on you, smacking glass across the table and shattering glass every damn where? Let me slow this down and I'm gonna show you again. I'm gonna put it right here and show you how she smacked several glasses, pretty much slammed her, banged her hand on the table, screamed, hollered, then took the glasses and smacked them so hard that they broke and shattered everywhere, then got up and ran out the room. And in my opinion, it's because Tamar walked away. Tamar took her energy from Towanda, just like now. Towanda, in my opinion, is a narc. And she needs Tamar's energy to feed off of her energy because she's going to forever make Tamar Hey, the reason why Trina wanted Tamar to stay because Trina also needed Tamar. But see, now Trina is trying to find her way by doing real estate, doing YouTube. She got herself my man. She focused on her man, so she can stop him from having a damn heart attack because, he like to stick everything in his mouth that he ain't got no business eating. Those things. So Trina now is trying to do other things to bring in money. Okay. Unlike Towanda, I believe. What does Towanda do? Can y'all tell me? What's she doing? Oh, okay. I don't know either. Okay. But if you do know, put it in the comments. Because if you know what she does for a living, she's trying to make a life outside of the show. Let me know. I like to be informed. But Trina is doing other things. So Trina, I think, has taken the hint that, you know what? I'm still going to blame Tamar, but I know this thing is over and done with. I know we can't live off the back of Tamar anymore, but we could get some help from our sister, Toni, the living legend. And that's why I'm going to kiss her ass and stick my head all up in her. Never mind. See, I'm about to go the hell off. That's why I'm going to, do all that I can to make Toni seem like she walk on water, because I just might need your help, big sis. I might need a little bit of funds and a little help, because Tamar over here, she ain't trying to help us no more. And I do believe that Trina is just as upset with Tamar as Towanda, but Trina is a little more, what's the term? Reserved when it comes to how she tries to get at Tamar as opposed to Towanda. So these sisters have learned to play up the cameras, to act like they do nothing, to be able to trigger Tamar, to tell her she's lying when she knows she's not lying, to gang up on her, make her upset. If you sat in front of 3 of your family members and everybody said that you had a problem and you knew it wasn't you, but yet they all ganged up on you, you will be upset too. You absolutely will be upset too. But anyway, I want to come and show y'all that. Tell me what you think. These hypocritical ass sisters, I'm sure it's a lot more that has happened off camera, okay? And one other thing before I go. Remember, Tamar said Towanda does not reach out to her, does not talk to her until the cameras start rolling. See, Towanda's your enemy. I don't care what nobody say. Family ain't always family. And don't y'all get in my comments and talk about family need to make up, family need to do this, and family need to do that. Because if you feel that way, let me tell you something. I'm gonna need you to go pick up one of them papers. Go online. As a matter of fact, you don't need to pick up a newspaper. Go online, as a matter of fact. And I want you to Google, okay, son unalives his mama. Son burnt his mother to no more. Son beat his mother to never ever land. Okay. Woman unalives child. Don't sit and tell me because somebody was supposed to be family that you was born into, you supposed to sit and put up with their bullshit when you can clearly see that they mean you no good. I don't believe in that. Anyway, I'll talk to you on another video soon. Bye, family.
That this wasn't all for nothing.